Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talk Some More, and this is another edition of Lockdown News Roundup, where I try to make some sense of this upside down, topsy-turvy world we seem to be all stuck in at the moment. So let's take a look at these propaganda rag headlines. So as you can see, it's like deja vu. Haven't we been here before? Are the public, the general public, are they not getting that deja vu feeling here? Are they not thinking, I've heard all of this before, just a couple of months ago? Boris yesterday said that now July the 19th would now be Freedom Day. Well, a semi-freedom day. Just like he said there was a roadmap to freedom months ago, and then delayed it, and then delayed it again. And now it says here, it's now or never. But don't be D-mob happy now. Yeah, don't be happy. We don't want that. Boris doesn't want you to be happy. I mean, this is a parody now, and it's a pretty boring one at that. It's like a rerun of the same story before. We have all of these headlines saying, Freedom Day. Here we have in the Daily Mail front page, freedom at last as PM declares it's now or never. What a load of shite. I mean, if you're falling for this again, then what's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So yeah, shame on you if you're being fooled by this again, because you can see clearly, I mean, it's obvious, the agenda here. Look, you can see just a couple of hours ago, loads of articles saying the exact opposite, okay? It says here, look, lockdown may need to return in autumn and winter, warn sage scientists in the Metro. And here we have in the Mirror, only a few hours ago, Sage warns freedom may only last weeks, with fears of autumn lockdown on horizon. So it's like we've got two conflicting narratives being pushed onto the general public by this mainstream propaganda media machine, which is acting basically as an agent for the government. And frankly, they're gaslighting the public. You lock the public up. You keep telling them Freedom Day is coming. Not that they even control your freedom in the first place, as that is an inalienable right given to you by your creator. It doesn't belong to them. Anyhow, they tell you on one hand, it's now or never, freedom at last, as in the arse wipe of a newspaper, Daily Mail, but simultaneously saying it's only going to last a few weeks, as in the Mirror. They're messing with your head, and you need to realise that. This isn't by accident. Looking at the Daily Mail front page, this bit is kind of interesting. At the top, Kate Middleton and this tennis player, what's her name? Emma Raducanu or something, who had to stop playing at Wimbledon because she had breathing difficulties. And then next to that, we have the Kate Middleton who was at Wimbledon but has now been told to self-isolate for 10 days because apparently she was near someone who later tested positive. Now you remember that photograph of her at Wimbledon, this one here, of her laughing. No mask, but of course the workers, the ball boys, the ball girls, or whatever they are wearing masks. And how this was rightfully seen as annoying, that there is some kind of class divide between who are wearing masks at these events. Well, it could be seen that this self-isolating story in a way was done to deflect from that negative publicity. But what I find interesting is that they managed to get a picture of her wearing a mask for this Daily Mail front page and then conflating it with the story of this 18-year-old Emma girl. As you can see, agony for Emma as she bows out. And did Wimbledon knock Kate out too? So this girl had breathing difficulties playing her game, and she had to stop and therefore lost her match. Now I'm just going to make a prediction, okay? Just a prediction, an estimation. It wouldn't surprise me if we hear that this Emma girl, this 18-year-old girl, in the next few days turns out to have tested positive. That's what this looks like to me, that they are setting up another narrative with this image at the top of the paper, which, as we all know, we all know that there is a push on the young people getting it at the moment, and that would really suit their agenda, wouldn't it? I'm just trying to second guess what they are up to. Could be wrong. But yeah, all of this freedom, no freedom, it's gaslighting for sure, and conflicting messages everywhere. Check out the front page of The Independent. Same quote. It's now or never to lift restrictions. I mean, even that quote is planting the seed in the mind that there is a possibility that they may never lift restrictions. I mean, that is precisely the implication they are throwing in your face in an underhand way. I mean, if they said, we may never give you your freedoms back. If we don't do it now, we will never allow you your freedom. I mean, who do they think they are? And then if you look at the top of The Independent, we have some loon called Tom Peck who says, enjoy your freedom, even if it kills you. I mean, we are living in a messed up world. And naturally, this situation and this constant conflicting messaging is making people go crazy, because that's kind of like the point of gaslighting. Here is a clip. I don't know if this is new. I've not seen it before. This is a clip of a woman in a car telling someone else, also in a car, to keep their distance.
Why?
I mean it.
Why?
Right?
Why? Why are you going to call the police?
You're supposed to keep 2 metres apart because the virus is going on at the moment.
I'm in a car.
Doesn't matter.
I'm in a car.
Doesn't matter.
What are you
You
on
haven't
about?
got my problem, okay?
I'm in a car.
So
How
go
am I meant to keep 2
before
meters in
I
a
get
car?
my phone out and call the police.
What are you on about?
Go on.
A complete and utter fruit and nutcase there. Now, Warren Buffett, mentor of Bill Gates, the world's 7th richest person, one of the elite, estimated worth of 100 billion, has done an interview where he talks about the pandemic and cyber attacks.
One thing that maybe surprised you most? Something you learned the last year?
Well, I learned that people don't know as much as they think they know, but the biggest thing you learn is that the pandemic was bound to occur, and this isn't the worst one that's imaginable at all. Society has a terrible time preparing for things that are remote, but are possible, and will occur sooner or later. There'll be another pandemic, we know that. We know there's a nuclear, chemical, biological, and now cyber threat. And we know, it has, each one of those has terrible possibilities, and we do some things about it, but it's just not something that society seems particularly capable and fully coming to grips with. The cyber threat, that we've just started, and look at the damage that's already been done. Charlie and I have been ungodly lucky in many ways, but the luckiest thing was actually being around at this time and place. And we also have these problems on how to 200 countries with over 7.5 billion people, and a lot of tensions between them and all sorts of things, and different systems of selected governments and all that. And how do we actually do this so that mankind 50 and 100 and 200 years from now should...
Notice how he laughs when he talks about the cyber attacks. He says, we've only just started, and then laughs. And then he says, me and Charlie here have been ungodly lucky. Yeah, ungodly is the right word. There's something very disturbing to me about that clip. And then we have social media. We have the 77th Brigade, or the undercover social media propaganda robot army, whatever they are, have been out in force again, as has been highlighted on Twitter. Look at all of these. Look at all of these identical tweets that have been left all over social media by what I believe to be fake accounts to whip up hysteria and panic in people. Who is behind this? Well, I'll leave that for you to work out. All of them are identical, and they say, this is disgusting. Masks and social distancing should be in place till minimum Christmas time at the earliest. The government are clueless. The Delta variant should be taken seriously, and we should go into a national lockdown to prevent it spreading. Now, these are not retweets. These are all identical first posts from various accounts. I don't know if they're bot accounts or shill accounts, or somebody's given that and they've just said, put that out. And this is just a snapshot. There are many, many more. And don't be misled by the comment in the tweet saying the government are clueless. Let's just put it this way. It's much easier for a government to rule over people and imprison them if they can convince the public that imprisoning them is in their best interests. I mean, we are truly living in a world of deception. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to the tribe at hugotalks.com, a place for like-minded souls who don't follow the fake stream media.